Hi guys, welcome to Morning Coffee. Thank you so much for tuning in. So this is going to be a general energy reading for your Tuesday, January 23rd. January? What the fuck? June 23rd. Okay, look. I'm a little aggravated right now. And I'm sweaty, if you can't tell. I mean, I'm in Puerto Rico and it's kind of hot, but at the same time, maybe I should turn the fan on. But check it out. I already recorded Morning Coffee once. And it was a great reading. It was a great video. Super excited about it. The video got corrupted. Halfway through the video, it froze. And it picked back up. So I was like, all right, I guess everything's cool. No. Mercury is in retrograde. I know. I'm aware. Also, I was using my laptop and the video quality isn't the best. Like, I'm on my phone now and the video quality is so much better on my phone. Like, screw you, Apple. Like, and this laptop that I have is one of the newer models, you know, where they changed all the ports to USB-C. That I got this laptop from when I was over in audio school, back for those of you that remember that. And you would think that the camera quality would be really much better. No, it's grainy and just pixelated. It looks like it's just gross. It's terrible. But I was like, you know what? I have Wi-Fi internet now in my apartment, so that's why I'm able to do this. Yay! And so let me just do this from my laptop so that that way I don't have to, you know, use up all of my phone battery or like my phone data and all, not the data, but the memory on my phone and all that shit. No, the shit got corrupted. I'm pressed. Like, you don't even know. I'm so heated. I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry that our first morning coffee that we're getting back to after that hiatus has got me like all frazzled, but I'm just upset because it was such a good reading, you know what I mean? And this never happened before. Like, I used to use my laptop. It was an older version of the Mac laptop. I think it was like a 2012 version that I used to use, and this never happened. This only started happening when I was here in Puerto Rico during Mercury retrogrades. So anyway, I'm resetting the deck judgment. I'm resetting the decks right now because I'm gonna do a whole new reading. Like, I'm trying to have morning coffee out. There's no excuse why I can't have morning coffee out now because I have internet access. So as I'm doing this, let me explain what's gonna go on here for you guys. So I have internet now. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on the monthly readings, okay? I need to get those out. I want to get those out by July 1st. Once I finish the monthlies, that's when I'm going to start booking personal readings. But let me say this. If you are in the market for a personal reading, I'm going to need you to not email me or message me through Facebook or Instagram. Please, please, please send me a message to my email directly if you are interested in a personal or private reading, because I don't want to have to juggle 3 different platforms and then risk missing someone, okay? Or you falling through the cracks or crevices or whatnot, all right? So if you are looking for a personal reading, please just email me. The information is in the description box below. However, I'm not going to be booking those just yet. I have a list of people already, but I'm not going to book those yet. I'm not going to really start to entertain that until I get the monthlies done. I want to focus on the monthlies, get those out of the way, and then we'll start booking private readings. Okay? Awesome. So what you're looking at here is my studio. I got the studio painted, and this is the wall. So this is really the wall that I'm going to be shooting on mostly. So I still have things jerry-rigged. The sound is probably not the best. I don't have a microphone right now. The video quality is great because of my phone. The camera on my phone is awesome. I have a Samsung S20. So yeah, ooh, hi Spider. So yeah, oh, okay, and then also in terms of like, so the next phase in my studio process is to get all of my stuff, which is still in transit. I'm not gonna get it until maybe July, sometime in July. And so I'm still only working with a limited amount of decks. I have this Wild Unknown Tarot, I have the other Tarot that I was just shuffling, and then I have this Enchanted Lenormand, deck that my dear friend and soul sister Joelle, hi Joelle, she gave me that deck. So that's what I'm going to be using for morning coffee and for the monthly readings right now. So actually, in terms of the monthly readings, oh, and then I also have the romance angels, but I'm really just going to be reserving those for the love readings that are going to be over on Patreon. So I'm probably not going to do much oracle when it comes to the monthlies. Okay. Just keep that in mind. I'm still in transit, you guys, but things are coming along, except for my freaking laptop. But you know what? We're not even going to be stressed or pressed about it. And I'm upset because it was a good reading, but it is what it is. But I'm not about to leave y'all assed out because I have internet access now. Let's get into some morning coffee. Yeah, so this is going to be your daily general reading for your Tuesday, June 23rd. Please keep in mind that time is an illusion and energies are fluid. So just because this is a reading dated for the 23rd of June, it doesn't mean that it absolutely has to resonate for you at that time. Whenever you are guided to watch this reading and it resonates for you, that is the message for you in that moment. Also keep in mind that this is a general reading. All right? Cool. So, let's get into it, yeah? Hi, Spirit. Please make me a clear channel for the collective at this time. Please bring forward the best messages to serve the highest good of all involved for our Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020. Thank you so much, Spirit. You know what my higher self is saying to me right now? Eric, you wanted to do this reading on your phone anyway because the video quality is much better, so stop bitching about it. All right, fine. I'm just upset and annoyed because that was a good reading, and there was so much that went into it. Whatever. Let's continue. I'm going to give this 5 shuffles. 1. Oh, so I started naming some of the chickens, I started naming the roosters and the hens. 2. I have 3 of the roosters named so far. Those are easier to identify because they're so unique, even though some of them do have pretty similar characteristics. 3. However, the hens are going to be a challenge, but I've got George, Lester, and Paul so far. 4. And it's funny because they come up, it's either George or Paul that comes up to my window right over here in the studio. And starts calling, or whatever they're calling it, whatever you call it, around 6 o'clock in the morning. Like I'll hear them at like 4. Oh, that's the other thing I want to talk about, but I'll get there in a second. I start hearing them off in the distance at 4, around 4 in the morning. But then, like clockwork, at like 6, either George or I think it's actually, Lester or Paul, whatever. This is 5. They come, one of them is outside my window, right around 6 in the morning. Yeah. And they're there to wake me up. It's really kind of cool. Okay, the other thing that I want to talk about, and this is something that I mentioned in the other reading, I don't know about y'all, but my dreams have been off the freaking chain lately. Like, to the point where I've woken up in some circumstances, and I had to remind myself, Eric, it was just a dream. Like, relax, it was just a dream. But I think it might be because of Neptune going in retrograde. I'm not really sure. Please go ahead, if you guys are experiencing the same thing, please go ahead and put it down in the comments. If you know why this could be happening, if there is like a specific astrological reason as to why this is happening, please go ahead and let me know. But I will say this: when I came here in March for vacation with Chloe, one of my soul sisters, I was dreaming pretty heavily, and then I went back to New York. I got stuck in New York for like 2.5 months because I was planning on coming right back here in May. That didn't happen. I didn't get here till June. But the first week I was back in Brooklyn, in New York, I was still dreaming, but then right after that, shut right off. Like, not even an inkling of a dream. And then the moment, like the first night that I spent here, when I got back in June, the dreams started, and they were, running rampant. And it's crazy because it's like there will be multiple different things, multiple different scenarios that I'm working my way through within my dream state. Like, I'll have like 1 or 2, like 2 different dreams in one sitting, and then I'll wake up. and then I'll go back to sleep, and I'll have another scenario, and I'll wake up, and then I'll go to a little bit, because at this point it's probably like 4 a.m, and then I'll sleep for like maybe 2 more hours, maybe have another dream, and then here's like Lester or Paul waking me up like, Eric, get up now, it's time to get out of bed. But yeah, I'm totally naming the chickens. Anyway, so if you guys are experiencing something like that, please go ahead and share, because I'd be very interested in seeing what all that is about. Okay? All right, so let's get into our message for the second time today. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna do this. All right, here we go. Whew. What's going on? What's going on? What do we have here? All right, I can already tell this is going to be a completely different message. And you know what? The message that we had before was probably a little too intense, because let me tell you, shit got real in that reading. And if I can find a way to salvage that video, I'm going to, and I'll put it up, and it'll just be like an extra bonus coffee. But okay, maybe it's not so different. Overall energy, we're starting you guys off with the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups did come out in the beginning of the reading here. Or not in the beginning of the reading, in the first reading. This is talking about satisfaction, your comfort zone. Yeah, maybe complacency. It could represent those things. Okay, but in this situation, I feel like your Nine of Cups is an energy of you being satisfied with where you are right now. Okay, let me just look at what the rest of these are. Yeah, okay, there's the Ace of Pentacles again, and there's the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so, not the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords. So these two cards came out in the beginning, in the first reading, excuse me. And I was picking up an energy of like, you've made a decision, right? And you're kind of freaking out about this decision, potentially, but also you're having to, I really feel like you're going forward with it, for sure. Knight of Wands, you're going forward with it. The Lovers, this is an energy of you, the Lovers with the Three of Cups is also you having made a choice of vice over virtue. And what I just heard is you're leaving the hive mind behind. And then you have the Daughter or the Page of Wands here. So you're definitely in an energy of re-identifying yourself, changing your life circumstances. You're at this point, okay, this is a similar message. It's just coming out a little bit differently. What we were talking about in the first reading was you have reached this change in perspective that is allowing you to create a whole new circumstance for your life. And here we have that in the Ace of Pentacles, all right? And you made a choice to better yourself, and now you're really moving forward with it. But in moving forward with it, you're really having to be incognito, or in the other reading, I said incognito. I do like to say that sometimes because I'm a person of color, but and I really don't mean any offense by it. I just think it's funny. But you know, you have to be discreet about it. Because if you don't, it could just cause a whole bunch of trouble. Because here's the thing, and this might have been why the choice has been so difficult for you. You probably in the past were doing all kinds of the most things you were doing the most in order to help these other people reach this certain point of view or this change in perspective as well. But they just refuse to get it. So now and that actually the universe is saying, but check it out, y'all. That was part of the process. Okay, because you had to learn boundaries for yourself. And so there you go. You've made the choice. You've chosen virtue over vice, virtue being the choice, what your heart truly wants, rather than vice being what the hive mind or the community wants. And now you're really moving gung-ho about it with it. And what I'm feeling like here is you might feel like it's moving kind of slow, but actually, quite frankly, I feel like you're moving quite quickly. The universe, I just heard the universe has you on a path that is trailblazing, but actually is moving along maybe faster than you want it to, because you're having to leave the past behind, and which means you're having to leave people or places or circumstances behind. Three of Cups, all right? You're having to leave your comfort zone behind. And yet, even though you're having to leave your comfort zone behind, there's this brand new comfort zone that you found that is actually much more beneficial for you. It's actually much more it's much more in alignment with you, okay? With your path, Three of Wands. And then here you go. There's that change in perspective, the Hanged Man with the Six of Swords, okay? Underneath that Six of Swords is the Ten of Wands. You're leaving the burden of the past behind, the strife, the instability even in some cases. Okay. Now there is something that I want to pick up. I want to talk about here that's not in the cards right now, or maybe not even yet. But it's something that came through in the last reading, and I don't want this message to get lost because it was a really deep and good message. In the first reading that I did for us today, justice came out, and there is a sense of guilt in terms of this justice that is happening. Now, justice came out with the Hanged Man. All right. You, as in the person that is watching this reading, most likely, there could be cross watchers out there, but the person that is resonating with this change of perspective and having made a choice that is in more alignment with yourself rather than what the hive mind wants for you, or societal standards and all that status quo and all that bullshit. The person that is resonating with that part of the message, you might be dealing with a little bit of regret and or remorse in terms of the justice that is being served in this situation. But what you need to keep in mind is that the justice that's being served here is actually falling very, very well into your favor. Why is that? Because you are the one that has been able to reach this change in perspective. And what I was feeling here, it was a very Queen of Cups energy, very emotional, very intuitive, very compassionate and unconditionally loving. But there is a sense of having boundaries here. And now here is where probably this strong lesson has been integrated for you, because in the past, you might have been the one that was doing the absolute most to get other people to see things in a different way, to change their perspective for them, to change and fix or heal their lives for them. Very Queen of Cups energy. But that's the Queen of Cups that's in misalignment. That's the Queen of Cups that doesn't have strong boundaries, that quite frankly could lack boundaries altogether. But now you have, what I'm hearing is you have integrated this lesson. So now, yes, you're still the Queen of Cups. So you might be feeling some remorse here with the justice that is being served in your life, because you have this new opportunity. You have this chance to re-identify yourself. You have found a new comfort zone that is actually much more in alignment with you. That is, yes, a comfort zone, but quite frankly, it's going to help you grow and better yourself in some really magical and beneficial ways. There is nothing wrong with feeling that compassion, but where you have learned to hold your boundaries now is saying, and now this is where you are starting to embody the Empress energy, which is the next message that came out in terms of this, because in that reading, I clarified justice, and that's where this whole definition came out, okay? But the overall energy of that clarification was the Empress. So whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're a more masculinely oriented, you're either more masculinely oriented, or at least were in the past. You might be a man that is learning to integrate your feminine side. You're learning to come into contact with your feminine side. Or you're a woman that is more naturally feminine, but you're experiencing the real rise in the divine, the rise of the divine feminine. Ultimately, that's what this all represents. But the Empress at the bottom of the deck of this clarification and justice, in which justice was kind of giving me the feeling of you're kind of feeling bad because you've got this new opportunity, and they're kind of, and homeboy, homegirl over here is getting left in the dust. Well, the Empress understands at this point, is matured to the point where she's like, I can't really do this for you. Sorry, honey, I love you to death, but I got to go where my opportunities lie. So quite frankly, you have learned boundaries, haven't you? And now with this Six of Swords energy, you're on your way. You're leaving the past behind. You're moving from rough waters to calmer waters. You are, quite frankly, you might be moving altogether. Hello, can I get a motherfucker amen? I'm up in here in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. There was another message in there. Oh, for the twin flames. This could be you could be resonating with this on a twin flame level. And I know I've kind of abandoned the whole twin flame dynamic. I'm sorry. I needed to take a break, but I am actually being guided to bring that back in some way. So, all right, I'll figure out how to do that. But if you're resonating with this on a twin flame level, what you need to understand is, even if you never cross paths with your twin again, you never realign with this person, you never see this person, you never speak to this person again, it really doesn't matter. Because ultimately, for those of us that are on this twin flame journey, it is not about the main focus is not about ending up with this person in a romantic level, on a romantic way. The main focus here is for each individual to go through their own healing process, whether you're on the masculine side or the feminine side. The ultimate goal is for each individual to go through their own self-realization process in becoming whole and complete within themselves. Being a twin flame or having a twin flame does not mean that you are fragmented in any way. Does not mean that this other person completes you. Hell no, honey. You complete yourself. Whether you find yourself strongly on the masculine side or strongly on the feminine side. I find myself strongly on the feminine side. But my twin, this person that spirit keeps reminding me that is my twin flame, he does not complete me. I complete myself, okay? The goal here as twin flames is to find that whole and completeness within ourselves, and then be the example to lead the way for everyone else to find that too. Just because we are twin flames does not mean we are some elitist, oh, we're some big, bad, powerful gods and goddesses. I'm better than you. I'm always got it good. I'm blah, blah. You'll never gonna be like me. Hell no, honey. And if you come in contact with someone that's trying to shove that shit down your throat, run for the motherfucking hills, because that is not what this is about. Being a twin flame is not making you better than anybody else. It is giving you a much stronger sense of responsibility, whether you find yourself in the capacity that I'm in or not, whether you find yourself to be famous or not, whether you find yourself to be a strong character in the community or not. You could be a dormouse type of energy. You could be an extreme reclusive. Somehow, some way, your responsibility as a twin flame is going to come out, is going to be expressed. But the main point here is to find wholeness within yourself and then lead the way for other people to find that too. So in terms of this situation here, if you're resonating with this on a twin flame level, I just saw 144 again. Oh God, it's been following me around, y'all, like crazy. But if this is resonating with you on a twin flame level and push comes to shove and you never run into that person again, oh well, so be it. You still have the responsibility to find wholeness. And from what I can see here, it looks like you kind of did it. It looks like you kind of did it. And now you have the opportunity to re-identify yourself and start all over with something that is in much greater alignment with who you are and what you truly want, and thus your brand new sense of happiness, comfort, maybe even complacency. To be quite honest, I would much rather be complacent in my heart space. I would rather be complacent in my heart space, because then there will always be chances to grow. I will always be willing to grow because your heart is always leading you to expand. Well, shit, y'all. There you have it. So, okay, I'm going to say this. The closing message here is, if you're feeling bad about whether you resonate with this on a twin flame tip or not, okay? Because yes, I'm a twin flame reader. I am a twin flame myself. I find myself on that journey, however reluctantly, but I find myself on that path. I am a reader for everybody. I'm not a fortune teller. I'm an oracle. I am a reader, an oracle for everybody. All right. So whether you resonate with this on a twin flame level or not, please do not feel bad. Please do not feel bad about the opportunity that you have in front of yourself to move away from the rough waters to the calmer waters and to realize something that is in much greater alignment with yourself. Because quite frankly, honey, you have done the work to reach this sense of change in perspective. And yeah, you might have been trying to do everything. You might have been trying to facilitate that for others, and bless your heart. Bless your heart. But you learned, didn't you? You can't do that for others. So you have to protect your heart. You can be the Queen of Cups all you want. Mushy, gushy, oh my God, I love you so much. Cry, cry, cry. But honey, you still got to protect your heart. And for some of you, I feel like that lesson of the Queen of Cups might have been the final push for you. And now that you've integrated that sufficiently enough, I'm not saying that everybody has it down pat, but you have it, quite frankly, what I'm feeling here, what I'm seeing here, you have it sufficiently integrated enough for you to now, Six of Swords, start making moves, start moving forward. So please, 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 my loves, whether you're on the masculine side or the feminine side, please do not feel bad. Okay? Okay. I'm going to leave it there. I mean, there's no need to clarify because the clarification that needed came through anyway. I remembered the message, so there you go. I love you guys so much. So keep in mind, I'm going to be starting the monthly readings. I'm focusing on those right now. As soon as the monthly readings are done, I will be focusing on private readings. If you want a timeline, expect private readings to start no later than July 1st. Okay? Because I'm about to hustle my way through these monthly readings over the next week. But I should be able to get it done. I love you all so very much. Yeah, that's it. I love you guys, and I look forward to connecting with you again for our next cup of coffee tomorrow morning. Yeah? Take care. Mwah. Bye.